Good word, everyone. I'm Kenny Barron, the owner of SportsBooks.com. Welcome to our breakdown of every Power 4 conference team along with Notre Dame. Today we got Kansas. We will also do a preview video of all 32 NFL teams. Kansas is really interesting. I don't like their home field advantage this year. Jalen Daniels needs to stay healthy is the number one key to Kansas. I have mixed emotions about this team. I think they're a pretty good team, uh, but we'll see. Things have to all come together for this team to go over. They got 8.5 wins, minus 165 to the under. Over 8.5 wins is plus 135. Let's see if we can pick off 4 losses for them. We'll see what we got. But before we get to all that, sportshaveballs.com is the name of my site where we have our football packages all up and ready. Sports pick packages ready. The NFL college combo is obviously the best value. It costs you a couple of bets and you get the whole season throughout the Super Bowl, throughout all the college bowls. It's gonna be epic. I'll say it's gonna be epic. You know, we win here at sportshaveballs.com, whether you join or not. We just want to share the knowledge because we know people don't have time to go through everything. So, with all that being said, let's look at Kansas. Oh yeah, YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, then you will get all these previews. All my previews, everything will be up at my YouTube channel. Subscribe, come see all the content, multiple videos a day. So let's look at Kansas. Like we said, Jaden Daniels needs to stay healthy to get this team going. I look at an over team here as the D is the D is lacking. Let's put it that way. But let's start at the start. They do have a 5-star offensive lineman. I don't have any problems with this offense. I think with Jaden Daniels, the running backs are fine. The receivers are gonna be fine. The O-line should be fine. This team is going to score points. They're gonna put the pressure on people. Can't wait to get to their home field advantage or lack thereof. But before we get that, D-line is a huge question. If the classmen just get better, we'll get to that in a second, then we'll be fine. They got a lot of newbies coming in that are highly touted. Now, what I like about this schedule is it's not super tough the first 3 weeks. I think as the season goes on, this defense could start to improve, and with their offense, if they stay healthy, they could be really dangerous. But that's like a they got highly touted defensive players coming in. Are they going to pan out? That'll be the big question. And that's why I would say, after 4 or 5 weeks of seeing what this defense is, it might be one of those where it looks bad, so you're going to believe that it's bad, but they might be making improvements as they go along. So by the end of the year, that'll at least be a decent defense that can produce maybe 9 wins. You got over 8.5 wins at plus 135. But let's look at their schedule. We got Lindenwood. I don't even know if they're FCS. I know they're not playoff. I never see them. I always know it's Division 2, Division 3, and the FCS level. Teams that are like highly into playoffs, I don't know Lindenwood. And if you're below FCS, then you're not going to challenge Kansas. And that's at Children's Park in KC. And then they go to Illinois. That'll be a nice little test. When we break down the Big Ten, we'll have a better understanding of Illinois because we break down every Power 4 school. So, at Illinois, that's my big question mark. It's like, I know Illinois is going to be improved. And then they come home and play Vegas in Children's Park again. UNLV is one of those tricky teams, but coming into Kansas, maybe it's a lot of points going to be scored in that one. But those are the only 2 at Children's Park. Okay, then they go to West Virginia. I'm not sure they're going to be favored when they go into Morgantown. But I think West Virginia, in terms of a home field, is highly overrated. I always hear it's tough to win in Morgantown, and it seems like they're always playing at noon, where there's not a huge atmosphere anyway. If it's at night, maybe there's always a tick up, I think, for everybody. Then their last four home games of the regular season are all at Arrowhead. I don't like taking these games off campus and going to Arrowhead. I mean, maybe I understand there's a reason that they have to do this, but in terms of having a home field, I think TCU they play at home, Houston they play at home, Iowa State they play at home, Colorado. These guys are going to be super fired up, and it's not. They don't have the best teams in the world coming into Arrowhead. I just don't like this as a home field. So after they play at West Virginia, they come home and play TCU in Arrowhead. Um, that when your defense is lacking, like I think it's going to be for at least a month, these are what I consider losable games. At Arizona State, not a great team. Then they're off, but the Arizona State game gets to my level of once you play 6 weeks in a row, I don't really like betting on you. I don't like 6, 7. There's a couple that have played 7 in a row before a week off. I don't even like to get to 6. So I don't like that. I mean, that could be like a late night special of that could pull an upset, even if I don't like Arizona State. So it's not a good scheduling spot as far as I'm concerned. Then they're off. Then they're back at Arrowhead to play Houston, who I believe is down. Then they go, and that could be a look ahead spot too. If you get like a 1-5 Houston team or 2-4 Houston team with Kansas State on deck, Kansas might be favored by too many points, especially if their defense is not coming around. If it's not coming around, then you leave a team in there that might be able to score against you, a turnover here or there. You could actually get in trouble for the game. Meanwhile, you're also looking ahead to the big one, Kansas State, who very well could be undefeated and have a big showdown ready for them. Then they're off. Then Iowa State is in Arrowhead, one of the middling teams. At BYU, I don't like. I like even being down on BYU. BYU playing at home is never awesome, especially if it's late at night. Colorado's going to come into Arrowhead. They're going to be all pumped up. How good are they going to be by the end of the year? Because this is November 23rd. We'll see. And then they go to Baylor, one of my teeter-totter teams out there. So when I look at Kansas, like, if I was going to go with an over-under, it's like there's just too many question marks. Like going to West Virginia isn't going to be easy. Going to Illinois, we need to do more research on it. And that's what I'm going to say here. You know, if we don't have the team previewed yet, we're going to, have them in the video eventually. At Arizona State in the bad scheduling spot. At Kansas State, I think Kansas State's a better team than Kansas. It might be whoever has the healthy quarterback's going to win the game. Jaden Daniels, this is why I would not bet an over or an under, because I think there's a little bit more of a chance with the history that Jaden Daniels could get hurt at some point. So that's why I would not make like a season-long bet, and I would do Kansas week to week. But I think this defense could step up as the season goes on. So even if they're 8-4 going into a bowl game, they could be better at the end of the season than they are at the beginning. And that's how I look at Kansas. So we're going to cover all 32 NFL teams, and we're going to cover every Power 4 school that there is. And we're going to have them in a video, and we're going to put them, boom, up on YouTube. So you can see the work we're putting in and see that we work day and night doing this. So when you get your sports pick packages, you know how much time's been put into all this. So come see what our package is about. You can always go to Facebook and look up Kenny Varner and go, hey, there he is. I'll chat with him. That's fine also. So, all right, we'll see you guys in the next video. Let's keep crushing it, and let's make money.